to take extra care to take notice or be aware of the actual place that we're sitting down. Right? This is our practice place. This is the place where our practice is kind of sacred ground. Wherever you're sitting is sacred ground. So we want to, even if if it doesn't look sacred to us, we want to see if we can make that shift in our minds and our perception, making this into a sacred space for ourselves. And one way to do that is by lengthening our spines upwards. The Yoga Sutras say when we contemplate the infinite, that posture is mastered. When we contemplate the infinite, posture is mastered. So let's take a moment to bring our minds to that sense of the infinite, whatever that might look like to you, or the sacred. Maybe that word, sometimes that word bugs people, the idea of the sacred. But whatever is most important, most meaningful, that gives you a sense of belonging to this world, to this life, gives you a sense of being connected with life beyond your own individual life. You know, having a sense, that which gives you a sense of, oh, I belong, right? That gives you a sense of energy when you meet, when you connect. What is it that brings energy to your body, to your mind? It brings enthusiasm. That's what we want to focus on. And let aside all of our other issues for now. Just put everything else to the side. Focusing now on what gives us life. What brings energy? What brings life into us or back to us? It could be our relationships. It could be a project that we're working on. Whatever it is. Let's bring our minds to that as we sit. Given that this is a phrase from Shantideva's Bodhicharya Vatara, the vow of the Bodhisattva, given that death is certain and the timing of death is uncertain, how shall we live this life? Given that death is certain and the time of our death is uncertain, how shall we live? What should we do at this time that we have, this brief time that we have right now? Let's bring our focus to that, just to the immediacy of life and death. How shall we live? Given that death is certain and the time of death is uncertain. How do we want to be? Let's see if we could connect with our spine, lengthening it up. And if you'd like to join me, bring your arms up overhead, just lengthening your hands up, maybe interlacing your hands and just pressing them up towards the ceiling. I'm just taking a few breaths here. Drawing your ribs forward just a slight bit. Rib cage pressing forward a little bit, shoulders coming back, hands, arms a little bit behind your ears. And breathe, opening up your rib cage. Continue to draw your tailbone down a little bit so that we're not overarching our low back. And now let's begin to release our hands out to the side, turning our palms out and just noticing the arms as we bring them outwards from the center of our body, releasing them out and down. Back maybe a little bit, shoulders behind the ears a little bit. All right, let's transition onto our hands and knees. So make your way onto your hands and knees. And kind of getting a sense of how close you want to have your knees to your hands. We could begin by just kind of swaying our tailbone left and right a little bit. Swaying our tailbone left and right. Maybe opening up the glutes, your buttocks a little bit. And then up and down with the tailbone. So moving your tailbone up and down. You're just focusing on your tailbone. Just focusing on your tailbone. Breathing in as you lift the tailbone, breathing out as you lower the tailbone. Okay, let's curl our toes under our feet and lift the knees up, walking our heels in place. Allowing your shoulders to come into this movement as well. So making some space between or inside of your shoulders as you walk your feet in place, allowing one shoulder to drop a little bit and then shifting your weight so that the other shoulder drops a little bit. It's so important to enjoy this practice, right? Getting into our body, getting inside of our body, right? Just getting inside, bringing our attention inwards into our body. We may spend a lot of time worrying about the future, stuff that's not in our body. Now's the time to return to the immediacy of the present moment through body awareness, what we call pratyahara, closing the senses to the externals. So let's do that. As we get more involved in our body, we're closing off our sense gates to the external world. It's not the same thing as not caring about what happens around us. It's by closing off the gates to the external world that we can more deeply care about what's happening in our external world in a way that is effective. All right, great. Let's begin to walk our feet to our hands and then our hands to our shins or knees, lengthening out a little bit. Just finding your back, pressing, maybe making your knees straight. If you have any pain in your back, feel free to bend your knees a little bit. And you can press your hands into your legs to lengthen out your spine, putting a little air, putting a little bit of space in between your vertebrae as you lengthen out. Okay. Let's release the hands, bring them out to the sides and coming up to standing. Continue to lift your arms up over your head with a slight back bend. Squeeze the buttocks, squeeze the thighs, and then palms together in front of your heart. Okay, let's get ready for our first sun salutation. So coming to the front of our mats, palms together in front of our heart. Breathing in and lifting our arms up overhead, locking the thumbs, lengthening up, little back bend, exhaling and folding forward over like a door hinge, making your hips like a door hinge, keeping the low back flat here. Let's draw the head in towards the shins, towards the knees. And take hold of the backs of the legs as you lengthen the back. Feel that pulling on the backs of the legs. So really putting some energy into the backs of our legs, feeling that sensation in the backs of your legs. Let's bend our knees, step the left foot back. Stepping the left foot back and rocking here a little bit, forward and backward. Really feel your hips engaging. Okay, and you can have your knee all the way to the mat if you want to. All right. Let's step the right foot back. Exhale. Exhale to downward dog. Maybe making your feet go out a little bit wider, right to the edge of the mat. Just kind of having the edges of your feet at the edge of the mat. Lowering the head a little bit more, straightening the knees and hold here. Notice the navel. See if you can draw the navel in as you exhale. And let the abdomen inflate as you inhale. Really pressing into the heels of your hands. Feeling the heels of your hands pressing into the mat, strong through your shoulders. And let's lower the knees, bend the elbows, keeping the tailbone lifted, and then straighten the knees onto the abdomen. Squeezing the legs, keeping the legs firm. Let's peel the head up, peel the shoulders up. Draw the elbows back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and back to down dog. Press into the heels of the hands, feet walking out the feet to the edge of your mat, and come into your best downward dog. Continue to open up the shoulders, straighten the elbows. All right, let's step the left foot forward to the front of the mat. Really widening the distance between your feet as much as you can, as much as is workable for your body. And just rocking here a little bit. So much tension we hold in our hips from all of the sitting that we do. Here's an opportunity to kind of soften and release that tension. All right, let's step the right foot forward when you're ready. Right foot coming forward. Feel free to bend your knees, beginning to lift your head just about halfway. Hands to the knees or shins. Lengthen out the back. Let's fold in half. And then sweep the arms up overhead. Straight up. Little back bend. And palms together in front of your heart. Okay, number 2, inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale the right foot back this time. Exhale the left foot back. Come on down to the knees, all the way down to the abdomen. Exhale fully. Inhale the head, neck, shoulders up. For an upward dog or cobra, you don't have to lift up so high. If you want to do upward dog, maybe even lifting the hips up. Back to downward dog, flip over the feet. Inhale the right foot forward to the front of your mat, lifting your foot up so it comes all the way to the front. Rocking here a little bit, breathe. And left foot forward, halfway lift. Back down, sweep them up. And palms together. Great, number 3, inhale up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale the left foot back. Exhale the right foot back. Lower down to the knees, shift forward, peel up. Downward dog, exhale to down dog. Inhale the left foot forward. Exhale the right foot forward. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. And exhale the hands together in front of the heart. Let's pause here, mountain pose. And coming into your version of mountain pose, find your feet. Shoulders back behind you, palms turned out a little bit, lengthening the back of the neck. This is kind of our reset yoga asana. This is kind of a reset. Gives our body a chance to recalibrate. We just did some quick movement. Maybe your heart rate has gone up a little bit. Now is the time to just kind of let your body adjust. Let your body do what it does when it's in stillness. And just be the observer, be the witness for a few moments. Not trying to change anything, just watching, like a witness. Okay, so let's try some standing asanas. The right foot forward, left foot back, bending the right knee. So I've got my right leg to the front of my mat. Sweeping our arms up for warrior 1. And hold. Draw that tailbone down a little bit. You might feel some strong sensations in your left thigh, your left hip, as you draw your tailbone down and a little bit forward. It's very subtle movement. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to switch to the other side by doing a vinyasa flow. Let's bring the hands down to the front of the mat. Step the right foot back, come into a plank. Hold here for a few seconds. Come up onto the tips of your toes. And let's lower all the way down. Peel up for cobra or upward dog. Downward dog. And step the left foot forward. Drop the back heel so you have some stability in your posture. Push through that left heel, strong, reaching the arms up overhead. And hold here. Let's hold here. Find your breath. Make sure to smile every once in a while. Remind ourselves to enjoy our practice. And 3, 2, 1. Let's release the hands to the front of the mat. Step the left foot back, come into plank. Hold, lower down. Exhale, inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Okay, step the right foot forward, drop the back heel, and let's cartwheel the left arm around, right hand forward, right arm forward, warrior two. Looking over the right shoulder, hold. Extending the arms away from your center. Check your back arm, make sure it's not sagging down. And 3, 2, 1. All right, let's cartwheel that left arm to the front. Right hand down, step the right foot back. Plank. Lower down. Cobra or upward dog. Downward dog. And stepping the left foot forward. Let's try the other side. Right arm comes around. Okay, ready? Let's do our vinyasa flow. Step the left foot back. Exhale down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot coming forward. Drop the back heel. Let's make our way to warrior one. And then from here, we're going to throw our hands forward, lift up to warrior three. You could have your arms out to the side or forward. Either way. Straightening your right leg, lifting your left leg, tipping your head forward. Breathe. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Drop the left foot back. Lower the hands to the mat. Step the right foot back to plank. Lower down. Upward dog. Downward dog. Inhale the left foot forward. Let's come up to warrior one. One thing you can try here is interlacing your hands and then throwing your hands forward as you lift your back leg up. If that doesn't work for you, just have your hands out to the side. And 3, 2, 1. All right, let's drop back. Plank. Lower down. Upward dog. Downward dog. Stepping the right foot forward. Let's bring that left arm up for triangle. Reach with the left arm up. Lengthen the spine. Breathe here. Another option here is to reach your left arm over your head. Turning your spine so that your sternum is turning up towards the ceiling. All right, let's circle that left hand down to the front of your mat. Come into plank. Lower down. Upward dog to downward dog. Left foot forward. Take hold of your leg with your left hand, or if you have a block, using a brick, you can use a block or a brick or something. Reach the right arm up. And hold. Maybe bringing your right arm over your head. Okay, let's lower that right hand down. Step the left foot back, plank. And let's lower down onto our abdomen this time. Doing some back bends. Okay, when you're ready, let's bend the left knee, reach back behind you for that foot. Press the foot into your butt, your buttocks. Then pushing your foot into your hand to lift up your knee, your left knee coming up, your shoulders lifting off the ground. Your right hand you could use for support. Tuck your chin if you need to. The focus here is on the low back. So we're strengthening the low back. Press the foot into your hand. Okay, let's release that. Lower the head, lower the knee. Rest. All right, let's try the other side. Bend the right knee. You can bring your left arm forward. Bend the right knee. Push it into your glute. Okay, and then when you're ready, push the foot into the hand to lift your right knee up. Holding here about another 5 seconds or so. And release. Go ahead and rest. Rest your head. Rest your neck. Rest your back. All right, let's try Dhanurasana, the bow pose. For this one, bending both knees. Reach back behind for your feet, your ankle, your calf, or even your pant legs. Whatever you can grab hold of is fine here. Drawing the knees a little closer together. When you're ready, begin to push the feet into the hands to lift up the knees a little bit and lift the shoulders and head up a little bit. Hold here, Dhanurasana. Balancing on your abdomen. So see if you can lift the pubic bone up off of the mat. If that's too much on the low back, then don't do it. Just lower back down a little bit. We want to be off of the rib cage as much as possible. Squeeze the glutes here. And release. Go ahead and lower down all the way. Rest. When you're ready, go ahead and roll over onto your backside, recenter on your mat. Let's give our back a little bit of a stretch by bringing our knees into our ribs, rocking a little bit, massaging the muscles in our low back. Okay, extend one leg forward and just draw in the other knee. Draw the other knee in. Stretch out the extended leg as much as possible. Draw the other knee in towards your rib cage. And let's switch to the other leg. Okay, let's bring both knees in. Take hold of the insides of your feet. Lift your feet up with your knees bent for happy baby. Just a little bit of rocking side to side, maybe if you want to. Drawing the knees to the outsides, kind of outside of your torso a little bit. All right, let's lower the feet down. Can roll to one side. And let's we're going to use a chair, or if you have a bench for this next one. Actually, we'll start out on a chair. So find yourself a chair. Do a little bit more back bending. If you have a chair with no back in it like this one, but the frame, that will work fantastic. We're not going to use it like that just yet, but have a seat in your chair. And I'm going to scooch a little bit forward so that we can rest our back on the chair. And then reaching our arms out, both arms out over our head, letting our chin lift up. Okay, and then slowly, slowly lifting your head. If you lift your head too quickly, you could get a head rush. So be careful there. But notice, we'll do that a couple more times in different ways, but just notice that opening in the ribs. We're really using gravity to kind of let the head and the rib cage open up, the arms to come down. We're just using gravity there. Let's try that one more time. Leaning, sitting forward on your chair, leaning back. You can stretch out your legs and feel that opening in the rib cage. Let gravity work here. Okay, let's release slowly. Take your time. Take your time. Back up to a seat. Take a moment just to let your back do what it wants to do here. Maybe just kind of tipping your head forward a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit forward. And then just kind of drawing your chin towards your sternum. Okay, and then back up. Let's turn the head to the left. We're doing some things that may be kind of hard on the neck. Let's turn the head to the left just to stretch that out a little bit. Turn to the right. Back to center. And let's just go up, down with our chin. Up, down. Check out the range of motion there in your neck. Okay, back to center. Okay, here's a time where you might want to have a chair or a bench. I'm just gonna, because I don't have any backing to this chair, I'm just gonna slip my feet, my legs slip easily into in through the back of the chair, and I can hold on to the top. If you don't have a chair, you could also use a bench for this. That works just as well. The main thing is that we want to have the center of our back as well as our tailbone maybe on the chair itself, on the seat. And you have to adjust your feet, right? You could have your knees bent or stretched out. See what works for you. Really keep your core engaged here. We'll start out by holding on to the chair, or if you don't have a chair, you can hold on to the bottom, or like the bottom of a bench or something, and just slowly letting gravity work on your head. Okay, let's slowly come out of that. Use your arms to help you up. Engage your neck muscles a little bit. It might be really strenuous on the neck, so take your time. Take all the time you need to come up to seated. If you're sitting on a chair like this, you could try just leaning forward a little bit, resting your elbows on your knees, tucking your chin. Okay, and then coming back to seated, let's put the chair aside for now. We're going to transition to the mat, coming onto the floor, do some seated postures. So go ahead and have a seat. Okay, Janu Sirshasana, one leg forward, one leg back. I'm just going to reach forward over that right knee or left, whichever one you got forward. Tuck the chin, draw the head down towards the knee. Here we're letting gravity work again on our head, this time in the reverse direction. Okay, slowly lift the head up. Let's lift the opposite knee up. Step it over your extended leg and wrap your arm around your knee to twist to the side. Turning our body to the side. Continue to lengthen up your back a little bit. Draw your navel in. Back to center. Let's try the other leg. Draw the right foot in, leaning forward over the left leg. Right, if you can hold your toes, you could do that, or use a strap for your feet, for your foot. Wrap it around the ball of your foot. Okay, when you're ready, come on back up. Let's step the right foot over the left, wrap the left arm around the raised knee, and turn to the right. Okay, back to center. Let's stretch it out. Go ahead and have a, feel free to lay down on your back side. Find a posture that works for you, an asana, where you can rest for the next couple of minutes. Maybe taking in a little bit more breath, breathing out a little longer. If you'd like, we could take a deep breath in and hold our breath in. Hold it, squeeze the legs, squeeze the arms, lift the head, arms and legs together, squeeze tight and release. Let the whole body soften. The legs, the arms, the face, the neck. The abdomen. Begin to bring in the witness, witnessing your body, witnessing your breathing. Bringing in non-judgment. Witnessing whatever thoughts or feelings may be arising. Watching the thoughts, watching the feelings, but not being the thoughts or being the feelings. We might have feelings and thoughts, but our feelings and thoughts are not who we are. And lastly, dissolving like a drop of water in the ocean. As you're ready, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Get a sense of your physical body. Maybe making a fist, squeezing lightly, circling your feet around your ankles and rolling your arms and legs. And take a moment to roll to your left side. Raise your knees and shift over to the left side of your body. In the from a yogic perspective, when we rest on our left side, we are preparing the body to wake up, stimulating the sympathetic nervous system. So take a few moments here to kind of regroup, coming out of this deep relaxation, laying on your side, a very gentle transition from laying down to being upright. Take as long as you need here. And then when you're ready, back to seated, back to where we started. Find a comfortable cross-legged posture, asana, something that works for your legs and your back. Find your seat. Come back to your seat. We started out remembering the sacred ground on which we are practicing, making it, even if we don't see it that way, to shift our perception. Finding our nobility as we sit in an upright posture. Nothing to accomplish. It is accomplished. You are accomplished. Let's close our practice with a dedication. May all beings be safe. May all beings be well. And may all beings be happy.